Depression and the K-pop Industry. Each year, hundreds of thousands of aspiring teenagers audition for entertainment companies in hopes of being the next big K-pop idol. Despite the strict schedules, rigorous voice, dance, and acting training, as well as the many rules, these young hopefuls are attracted to the glitzy and glamorous life of K-pop stars. However, many idols in the industry have come on record to discuss their lives in the public eye, shining a spotlight on this unforgiving multi-billion-dollar industry. From the outside, some of us may think, how can one be depressed with all the fame, financial rewards, recognition, and love from millions of fans? Some celebrities who feed on the public's attention can be susceptible to depression for many different reasons. But a note left by K-pop member Jonghyun SHINee, who took his life in December 2017, showed the depth of his struggles and life in the public eye. Jonghyun was struggling with his inner demons, something he was adept at hiding from his fans. In his letter, he noted, "I'm broken from the inside. The depression that has slowly eaten away at me has finally consumed me, and I couldn't beat it." Many other idols have talked about the relentless stress and depression they suffer. Part of this is constantly being judged by the public. One K-pop star noted how he could work 20 hours a day promoting and practicing, and how he hardly had any vacation days or even rest days. RM of boy group BTS also noted that, "I used to ponder upon a malicious comment by a netizen written in just 5 seconds with the fleeting thought of, 'I just don't like this guy,' for the next 5 hours and 5 days. A known psychiatrist who treats Korean celebrities stated, "Unstable emotional states and a separation of identity as possible causes of depression for these celebrities." In a recent article, Dr. Kim Byung-soo, a psychiatrist at Asan Medical, stated, "Psychological studies have already shown that celebrities who engage in creative and artistic activities have a higher possibility of developing depression than ordinary people. People in such professions are more susceptible to mood swings and emotional consumption than others. These are elements that are linked to depression." Dr. Kim also said public figures go through a separation of their persona, which is divided into the social and real identities. As the gap widens, spurred by the unbalanced growth of their social ego that is fed with fame, celebs may lose their real selves and depend heavily on their masked appearance, and it could later tear them apart. K-pop idols have confessed to the feeling of having lost their identities in an effort to cater to the public. Another reason for their depression could be isolation, a severing of all ties from the past self. Idols may be surrounded by crowds and countless fans, but their personal relationships are limited. It's hard for these idols to find genuine friendships and relationships because others may only be interested in their fame and all that comes with it. Because of that, they are lonely and detached from those who are around them or even their bandmates. Stress and aspirations to be perfect. Hundreds of idols groups debut every year. Some groups feel pressure to produce one album after the other to stay relevant, giving little thought to taking breaks. Because of the endless competition, many of the idols go to the extreme to be perfect or be the best at their craft. Some go on crazy diets or have unnecessary plastic surgery. This unhealthy way of thinking and not taking care of themselves can drive many celebrities to depression. Embarrassment to seek help. If they do suffer from mental illness because of public recognition and fame, it may be hard for them to get treatment for fear of being judged by the public. Mental illness is still very taboo, so seeking help is out of the question for most idol stars and is most definitely not a common thing to be talked about with their peers. Uncertainty in their careers. Imagine if your ability to work tomorrow was dependent on how you performed today. Now imagine having to be nearly perfect day in and day out when you appear on stage or in front of the camera. The pressures of stardom are very real in the South Korean entertainment industry. Not only do idols have to maintain their popularity, they have to fight their way through an extremely competitive field where there are hundreds of pop stars at any given moment, with thousands training under dozens of agencies. But even when they get that top spot, it's almost impossible to sustain their popularity. In a very trend-driven country like South Korea, one which obsessively adopts a new celebrity every 3 months, one day you're hot, the next, forgotten. Limited privacy in their lives. You see, part of being in the entertainment world means being obsessively mindful of your public image. Everything you do is scrutinized by the public. Everywhere you go, someone recognizes you and someone is watching you. There's also constant pressure to look good in public. Imagine having to watch everything you say, everything you do, for years on end, to have to put on a happy face, even when that's the last emotion you're feeling. As fans of K-pop idols, I hope we refrain from negatively bashing them on social media or the internet. These are real people with real feelings who don't deserve our judgment. You never know how your favorite idols are suffering, trying to live up to the impossible standards set by their company and their fans.